Kirk Thornton. I need another one for Erika Harlacher. And certainly last but not least, Xanthe Huynh. Let's bring out Xanthe. One more time, welcome them to Kawacon 2025 San Antonio. Yeah, get all cozy with me. We're going to share one mic, right? All right?
We'll share this one.
First of all, guys, thank y'all for coming to San Antonio. Yes, thank y'all for taking time out of your schedules, coming to San Antonio, joining Kawacon 2025. As you can see, we have a packed house. People are still going to be filing in. So how about we just dive into what the fans want to know about you? How about that? Does that sound cool?
Are you guys going to go beat Lotus Juice?
He is so nice. He's the coolest guy ever. He wanted a picture with us, and I'm just like, you know, we want a picture with you. You're Lotus Juice.
Hey, well, let's kick this off. We have the first question of the panel. Go ahead.
Hello. Oh my gosh. I love you guys so much. Deep passion in my heart for this series. I have a question for Zeno. And of course, I'm so sorry, Allegra.
You're good.
Coming into such a new franchise, especially with a new game, how did it feel, especially coming in and playing such beloved characters? Because I'm a Junpei lover, you know. I was expecting yes. I just wanted to know, like, how that felt.
Which one? Is it Xanthe Flare?
Oh, we could do that.
Yeah, it's usually, what's the name?
No, well,
it's like that.
I'll do it.
My voice isn't Junpei Iori, ace detective.
My best Heather impression. More like Stupe, ace defective.
Excuse my voice, it's going out, so I'm sorry. I love 3 was the first game I played. Well, technically it was 2, but I played through FES. I didn't play it 2. And so I kind of knew like what I was getting into with Junpei. And I knew like which scenes that would be like, I was like, I gotta lock in on this one specifically. And I think, I don't want to speak for you, but I know we went into it like, we want to like kind of do our own take on these characters while honoring original performances, because like a lot of those actors were actors who inspired us.
Yeah. It's you know, I've definitely worked with Tara in the past, and I never wanted to feel like I was stepping on her shoes in any way, because at the end they didn't play us like their original performances as any kind of reference, because at that point, if they had been like, okay, so imitate them, I would have just been like, no, bring them back. Like, I don't want to voice match a talented actor. I just want to, you know, I'd like to, you know, do my own spin on it. Like, you know, what would a 2020 something Mitsuru feel like, even though, you know, it is still set in the aughts when we were teenagers. I was actually like, I realized I think I'm about Mitsuru's age. And so, I guess, yeah, Mitsuru would be my age right now. Okay, now imagine late 30s mommy Mitsuru and just like, yeah, that's right. So yeah, it was definitely a little intimidating, and we knew that, you know, there would be like, there would be some pushback and everything. But at the end of the day, we just had so much fun. It was like we knew what we were getting into. Like, this is gonna be so good!
Speaking of characters, should we quickly say which Persona characters we play? Just in case anyone doesn't know.
You start. You guys start.
So I'm Xanthe Huynh, and I play Haru Okumura.
First time I met Xanthe, I was like, I just want you to know Haru was my wife.
I'm Erika Harlacher, and I play Takamaki.
I'm Kirk Thornton, and I play Igor.
I'm Zeno, I play Junpei in Persona 3 Reload.
And I'm Allegra Clark, and I play Mitsuru in Persona 3 Reload.
Another question on this side?
Hi. I hope this is not a dream. I do not want to wake up because I've been waiting for this moment to actually meet you guys because Erika, you inspired me.
You want somebody to pinch you? We pour some cold water on you?
Erika, you actually...
I like how me and Kirk are like, do you want us to physically like...
I'm waiting for this!
Erika, you actually inspired me because then I saw your video of you going to Tokyo in the Persona and I want to do that. So,
Thank you.
my mom she loves you guys because I played over 500 hours of Persona and the Trails games that you guys are in. And my mom wanted me to ask you guys this from her, if you guys could still do your voices of Yuna and Altina.
Oh gosh.
And do we just read these one line, that's it, for me?
Yeah. You go first.
I look at the character.
Okay, good. Thank you.
She goes first.
Oh, we're doing a scene. Oh,
Yeah.
jeez. Oh, God. What is the
Live
name
acting.
Okay, hold on. Give us our crossbow back. Okay. Aw, look at those fluffy sheep.
They seem well taken care of. They must belong to someone in town.
Jack feels sheep. We're in the sticks.
Woo! Yay! Thank you.
Okay, I actually have two quick questions. First one is actually for Allegra and Erika and Xanthe. What was it like playing, the role for you guys, Persona 5, and then moving on to the Legend of Heroes, Trails of Cold Steel, where you play Lucian Dawes' sister, Fiona, and you played Muriel, and then you played Yuna and Altina. So how was that to transition from the voices?
Oh, I mean, it sort of falls into our day-to-day where actually, I don't think I ever recorded Persona and Trails like simultaneously. I think those sessions were very separate. But, there are often times that we'll be like, we have a session in the morning and then another session in the afternoon. And I think my favorite example of this was I was working on a dub of a Korean TV show for children in which I played Mama Flora, the goose, just hanging out with her little children who were voiced by actual children, and it was the most heartwarming thing. Julie Madalena was directing it and everything. Then an hour later, I walked down the hall and was working on Gun Gale Online and playing Hito Hui, who is a psychopath. So it's, that's just the average day. I think we're very used to, as voice actors specifically, just kind of jumping between different characters, different voices and everything. And, sometimes you just have to make sure between the sessions you're like warming up a different part of your register if you are jumping around in your registers. But otherwise, it's just kind of, it's fun.
I think, actually, my Persona and Trails characters are really similar voices. I think yours also have pretty similar voices, right?
They're still a little different. They're just like different in their personalities.
Yes. Yeah.
So one is a little bit more sweet and dainty, and then the other one's kind of like monotone and cold.
Right. Yeah. Thank you. Good question. I don't know where you went. Okay, great.
All right, got our next question up. Go ahead.
Hi. Good morning.
No, entonces that way and it's
Good afternoon.
I'm coming.
So
You know what, it's the morning in LA still, so like our brains are still
I was thinking ahead. Basically, whenever I think of Persona, I think of like moments in the series that kind of really got me hooked on it, really got me like tied to connected to characters, what really resonated with me. And whoa, is the mic off? No, I'm freaking out. So
Connected with the characters.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I started with Persona 5, and after the Kamoshida arc, spoilers, they beat Kamoshida, my bad. It really resonated with me with the whole, the whole terms of, seizing, power and being able to make a change in, everyday bullcrap. And, that's where I first checked in with it. Where did you guys first, really resonate with the series?
Well, did any of you play Persona before you were in Persona?
Yes,
No, I think you did. Yeah.
I did as well, but I started with 5 and I never got to 3 because by the time I was like, hey, maybe I'll go back and play some of the older games, I knew that they were gonna put out Reload, and I was like, I'm gonna wait. Here we go. Yeah, is it like connecting in general with the franchise or connecting with our individual characters? I guess.
What was the moment you were like, oh, I like this?
played FES, and then the opening, like the opening song, which was like Burn My Dread, came on with the anime video. That's when I knew. I said, oh, this is gonna be good.
Actually, no, I think it was the music for me too in 5. I was like, this jazz is good, oh my god. But I think that's an important, like, music is such an important part of the Persona franchise, so like I wouldn't be shocked if for a lot of people the music was something that immediately drew them in.
Also, like, the awakening scene in 3, when you first used the evoker, was crazy. I was like, how are they doing this at this time? I thought it was a cool idea, so I was like, yeah, this is my jazz. I don't know. So, yeah, I kind of knew immediately.
We gotta make sure Kurt answers something too. Come on.
Man, a few words.
Yes.
I guess when playing the first time through P5 Vanilla, I felt like I really liked the everyday stuff, like outside of Mementos. Like, you really had to figure out how to manage your time, and I was like, this is like my day-to-day life. Like, yeah, I'm really bad at time management. And then when I played Royal, there was the moments where, like, I was like, oh, you can try to do workouts and bench, like, you know, like pull-ups in your room. And then when you first see Joker, like, dead on the floor, I was like, oh, that's so relatable.
Yeah. I hadn't played any Persona before I was cast. I'm so sorry, I know. But I knew of it because I'd seen it at conventions being like, coming soon for like 5 years. And when I got cast and I came in, they were like, so do you know what Persona is? And I was like, is that the game that you've been saying is going to come out for like half a decade? And they were like, yes! So the first moment where I really felt like, okay, yeah, this is a really special project was when we were doing Ann's Awakening scene. It was just, I don't know, I feel like Ann is the character that I've related to the most out of any character I've ever played, and that moment is just so, I don't know, it like still gives me chills thinking about it. I just love it so much. It's such a good series.
All right, we got another question over here.
Hi, Kirk, this is for you. Game you play, Igor is the one guy, the protagonist, and helping humanity. So you're in every game. How do you find your own voice in that particular game? And did you know about the twist? Like, did you try to incorporate the twist in your decision for the voicing?
I did not know about the twists.
Okay.
I'm not a big gamer, so I had not played the game before I went in and recorded. Geez. So how do I find my voice?
Because you're in like every game.
Yeah, but it's not always. Yeah, so the way I find my voice is it goes back to acting school, and I'll give the long answer.
You're wrong. This is
No, the long answer.
Oh, well,
this is the long answer. No, but. The way I find a voice for a character is, hopefully I get an image of the character, and when I was in acting school, we studied mask work, where you throw on a mask, and you create a body that goes with that character, and then you move to a half mask, and you have to create a voice that goes with that body and that mask, and so I try to envision myself inside that face and what kind of voice would come out, and that's kind of how I find it, and then the director goes, no, that's wrong.
Would you say that as far as like commedia archetypes, it would be like, did you ever do commedia specifically? Or?
I did not do commedia specifically.
Okay, I was like, I want to.
The clock method.
Oh yeah, I've done that one too. Sorry, theater school over here. I find that like, you know, he's almost like the shape of his face almost feels like the dottore archetype in commedia.
Yeah.
I'm still getting some nods, so I'm like, yeah, I'm on it.
nerd.
Look, you need 5 intelligence to talk to me, so you know what?
All right, thank you so much for that question. All right, we got a question over here.
Hi there, my name's Tim, and I know you guys, record your lines and you only get to see bits and pieces of the work. I was wondering if after you had done it, the game was released, did you go back and play the game, and what do you guys think of it for your respective games?
I'm like, oh, that's what the director was trying to explain to me. Sometimes for these like video games specifically, they'll be like, and then this huge thing, for the Kamoshida fight, they were like, and he's sitting on a toilet, and I was like, what are you talking about? And so when I played the game, I was like, oh, gross. He's giant and sitting on the. Okay, I get it. I hate him. Let's kill him.
For me, like Haru comes in pretty late in the game, so like I missed like tons of character development up to this point, and she just kind of appears and starts to get to know everybody. So I forgot where I was going with this. What was the question?
How does it feel to like play the game afterwards?
Oh yeah, playing the game afterwards. Yeah, going back to play, I was like, I did not realize how much I missed because I felt like I did have a lot of recording sessions for this character, but I can only imagine how much you guys did from the beginning to that point. But yeah, it was a whole different experience playing it because when I got to the lines that I recorded, I was like, I envisioned this completely different in my brain. So seeing it was pretty cool, and also like getting to know Akechi was really different.
Yeah, actually your intro scene was one of the ones that they were trying to describe to me. And they were like, so Xanthe is playing this. And I was like, I love Xanthe. And then they were like, she comes in, she's like, I'm the beauty thief, and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, wait, what? Like, are we angry about that? Like, what's happening? And they're like, you're just kind of confused. Because she's just kind of like, yes. And then she's awkward, and Mona's upset. It was a lot. So when I actually saw the scene, it's one of my favorite scenes in the game, because it's so funny. And you do such a good job of being like, yes! Correct!
I loved that scene, and that really solidified like my love of Haru immediately, because I was like, she's trying so hard, and she was told, you know, she was told what the bit was, and she's like, I am committing to this bit. And I'm like, I have respect for this.
You memorized your lines and nothing else. And then we go off script because we're like, no you're not, what are you doing? And you're like, let's just say the same thing again.
For us, I mean, sort of like, you know, Persona 3 was a game that already existed, so there were no real like visual surprises as far as like, with the exception, obviously there were things like the Link episodes that were new, and seeing those play out the theurgies. And at the very least, we got visuals as we were recording, so like I saw rough animation of Mitsuru and like Leia and Argesia and everything, but like actually seeing how pretty it was with like the updated graphics.
Go out. There you go out. Should be another mic up there. Your hair won't work.
They're cutting me. They're just like, shut up, Allegra. No one cares about you. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, just like actually seeing the visuals and like seeing the sprites and seeing how everything was laid out was really cool. And then like hearing Koromaru, honestly, just seeing Koromaru and Koromaru existing and Koromaru being Koromaru.
Koromaru. What's your favorite part about the game? Yeah, I played the original, so I was like, I wonder how they're gonna P5 it, like how they're gonna translate it. But a lot of stuff didn't come as a surprise because I already knew, because I played it. Except like the theurgies and like the Junpei Iori scene was like a new cutscene for that game, which was really cool.
You know what? Oh, no. So actually, I've got a really good example of this. Sorry. Some of the tweaks that they did. So for instance, generally no spoilers, but you know, October. The way that scene changed as far as the blocking went. Oh boy, I was not prepared for how much that was going to make me cry.
Kirk, what about you? How you spent 500 hours? Yeah. He's such a gamer.
Yeah, not a gamer. But if I did play. Well, the problem is, my ego gets too involved, and so I'll be watching and I'll be watching it, and I start to get into the story, and I go, oh no, I would have done that so differently, or I'll go, oh, that's not bad. Okay, I can live with that, and then the next line will come up. Oh, jeez. Okay. So yeah, it's tough. It's tough for me to watch what I've done.
I thought you were gonna say fantastic movie.
They can't live up to me.
Not in this game.
Not in this game, right. That's a secret.
All right, we got another question over here.
Well, first of all, like everyone else in here, huge fan of all of your work. Thank you for being here. And I had two small questions, if that's okay. For Zeno and Allegra, I wanted to know, when you were originally auditioning for Persona 3 Reload, was there initially a different character that you auditioned for? And for Kirk, I wanted to know, because initially Igor, who had a different voice actor at the time than Warren, I wanted to know how you managed to land the role for him as the current voice of Igor. And that I also loved your voice in Persona 4 as King Moron, too.
For like an evil guy, right? 5?
There's evil guys in 5? There's not a single evil guy in 5. I've never seen.
Well, I'll answer that real quick. Yeah, I mean, I've got a history with Atlas. I've worked a number of games with them, and so I got this job the way I get so many of my jobs.
Where they go, are you? And you go, yes, and then they cast you?
Yeah. Yeah. Basically, I get to the studio and they go, oh, you're doing this. And I go, oh, okay, let's do it. What do you want? But no, I don't think I auditioned for Igor. They just tossed it in my lap.
Imagine. Good line.
What do you say?
Please. Who did I audition for? I also auditioned for, because I read for 3. That's usually like a pick 3 thing. So I read for Mitsuru, I read for Yukari, and Fuka, maybe? Yeah, I think I did the 3 of them, maybe. But like, the thing is, the Mitsuru specs say, and French. So I was like, if I get any of them, it's going to be the French one. And then, true to form, Val actually emailed me because she wasn't sure she'd seen my Mitsuru audition. She was like, I want to make sure you read for this character in particular. I think with some of them, Atlas may have kind of known there were a couple people they wanted to read specifically for it. And I'd worked with Atlas in the past, and they knew I spoke French, so I felt like a natural, thing.
Yeah. She told me like they gave her a lot of control, or like she had a lot of influence. So they were like, which one? And she was like, damn, you want that? Yeah. I auditioned for Akihiko and the pro tag as well. But I had a feeling that I didn't know what it was at the time. It felt very Persona 3. Okay, but I was like, maybe the only reason I knew is because they tried to hide Yuko's sides, but they put Yuko's name in it at the description. So the character name was different, but then her name was in the description. I was like, oh, my girlfriend! I kind of knew I was going to book Junpei, because if I were going to book anybody, because I was working on Grand Blue as Vane, he's kind of a similar guy. A Vane fan. Thank you.
Yeah, I was doing Rosetta at the time.
And she was like, she pulled me aside and said, she was like, I got this thing, and I want you to audition. And I left being like, that felt very Persona-y. I hope it's Persona. And it was.
Awesome. All right, got a question over here?
So I know that there's the very typical question of like, what is your favorite line? But do you have a favorite line that a different character said that you wish like you had gotten to or had fit better in your character?
I don't think anything would fit better for my character, but I really love Alejandro's "You're a Moron." It's so funny.
I was jealous of all of Zeno's weird noises. I was like, man, I don't want to do that. When he gets rejected on the beach, then I feel like On should have been talking about delicious pancakes. Why did I not get involved in this conversation? I feel like I should have been like, we were not talking about delicious pancakes, but we could be. Hold on, do you want to? Right? Like, listen, I don't know that I get good vibes from you, but I'll get pancakes. So,
Honestly, I feel like Haru, she should, I wish she had spoken to Yusuke about the lobsters. I mean, being like, she's a high class girl. I'm sure she's had a lobster or two.
Yeah, they don't have lobster.
For sure.
All right, you got a next question?
Hi, big fan of all of y'all's work. Now, just wondering, since you guys have done not just this one, but like a whole lot more franchises, are there any franchises you guys want to work on?
I want to be where the people are. No. I would love to someday be like a named character in a Kingdom Hearts game. My ultimate dream, which when you have an ultimate acting dream is probably not going to happen, but it's okay. Yeah, that was fun. I used to say Pokemon, but that would get you so good.
I would love to be involved in anything like the Avatar The Last Airbender series. Like, I love that world.
It's hard when you've been in so many legendary. Like, what else is there for you?
Ace Attorney. I'm just saying. I know y'all are thinking, yeah, Mia Fey. No, big brain, Francisca Von Karma.
I'm gonna get the petition started, so make sure you guys.
And a shake popcorn, let's go!
Erika has my answer. It's also Kingdom Hearts. Yeah. Please.
Kirk has that.
Yeah, I finally got one. Just because it was, I mean, I worked on it, but I did not have a named character. But I would love to do a named character in The Last of Us.
All right. You have a question up front?
This is for Zeno. My friend, every time I play the game and they hear your voice, they say you sound like RuPaul. My question is, what do you think Junpei's favorite drag queen would be? If Chidori had him like, hey, sit down, I want you to watch something.
Yeah.
And it's RuPaul's Drag Race.
I don't know the queens, but I do feel like Junpei would be into it. Like he would. About the art though, like, because I feel like the Junpei is like really women crazy, but I feel like he'd be like, what? Hers was so good. Like, I feel like he'd get invested in the competition.
Can I just say, Xanthe, you stay, sashay away.
Xanthe, you stay. Sashay away. On her waist. God. Xanthe, you stay. Sashay away.
All right. We got a question over here.
Hi, this one's for Kirk. So, it's not persona related, but how did it feel to see Shadow the Hedgehog on the big screen?
It's just been, the entire year has just been incredible. I've been doing Shadow for years now, and he's always been kind of in the background. So to have Sega call it the year of Shadow. I certainly never expected anything like that. So yeah, pretty incredible.
I also want to say, Pauline, like she's Tails. Like how was that like a huge effect in the voice acting community that she's like with Jim Carrey and Keanu Reeves and just in Hollywood.
We're all so happy for her. We're all just so jazzed for her, and yeah, just couldn't be happier that she got in.
When I saw the posters, and it's just like, Keanu Reeves, Idris Elba, Pauline O'Johnson, like,
Next question.
Did any scenes make you emotional while recording them, and which ones were they?
Yeah, I mean the Shiho scenes for me were extremely emotional. I don't know about you guys with P3, but for P5, I feel like a lot of us, the game came at like the exact right time for us with like things that were happening in our own lives, and that the Shiho stuff specifically, I was like, whoa, this is like very intense and cathartic to record, and that Shiho was able to get better, and it was just such a, I don't know, it's such a different experience than I've ever had with, you know, most anime or video games where they're like, haha, I'm an anime girl, punch, and then that's it. And having these really, really deep things happening, it was such an amazing experience that I don't know that will ever be replicated in anything else. But yeah, the Shiho scene's for me.
I think for me, you know, Haru's thing with, she's been raised to be a good girl, and listening to her parents and the adults around her, and like trusting that they have her best interest in mind, which, you know, things went pretty badly with her fiance. I really liked that, you know, she found this group of friends that encouraged her to be like, you know, you should realize this situation is really bad and you need to stand up for yourself. And I really liked the messaging that came with that arc.
These are really good games, you guys.
Every session is emotional, but with these, the emotion was joy, because he's so much fun to do.
Yeah, such a heartfelt scene. Yeah, I think it's like a persona sort of like gift, like blessing. Like it seems it's a pattern that like something an actor goes through during like recording ends up being in it, right?
We were meant to play these characters at the time we did.
Yeah. Like literally everything Junpei went through was like how I felt about like myself and like life, and the Chidori scene especially, like all that was real. Like I was going through a real situation, like losing a friend, not in the same way, but like a lot was going on in my personal life that I got to like cathartically express in that scene. Yeah, it was like, I was like, dang, this is why I was supposed to be Junpei. Because I think this was going to happen, and then I needed to do this scene to process that thing, and it really helped. And so, like, you know, Val had to come in and give me like a hug, and I was like crying. And so, like, when if you guys watch it, you go, is he really? I think I saw a stream where it's like, he was actually crying in the booth. That's because I was. I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one. So, yeah.
Alejandro was a wreck.
Yeah. And so were you.
And so was I when recording the answer. Yeah, y'all know what section I'm talking about. I have a lot of unprocessed grief about, or had, I'd say, I'm doing better on the subject, but you know, recording that DLC, again, it's the thing where it's like, it was at the right time where I just really needed to think about and process grief at that time in my life, and getting without being I'll be a little bit more specific. So the year after the hardest day of my life, Billy Kometz called me to check on me because he knew I had told him a couple months earlier that that specific day was a day that I was really scared of, because I knew it was going to bring back a lot of pain. And he called me, and I still have the message saved on my phone. He just was like, I just wanted to check on you and make sure you were okay. I know today's a tough day, and I just wanted to do that. So in particular, when Mitsuru was saying, I never got to thank him. I never got to thank Billy. So, yeah, that was mine.
Give it up for Billy Kometz, everybody.
I just got a Frappuccino!
I'm a big fan of all of you. Super big fan of all of you. Needless to say, I have been waiting for this. This is a question from both me and my wife for Kirk specifically. So, as Igor, do you have a favorite Velvet Room attendant? Or if it helps, if you were Igor, like who would you want your Velvet Room attendant?
Do you need a quick little refresher for the attendance on. So there's Elizabeth. She's like real smart and tall and pretty. She's
she's very chaotic. It's Tara being like, you know, what if I went down this slide? What is this club? I am going to dance outside this club. Protagonists want to sleep together? I don't know.
She broke a lot of rules. She wasn't supposed to break. I don't know the 4 attendants, but I do know 5. There's these 2 twins, and they're really abusive to the protagonist. They like throw them in jail, and they like hit them with whips. And, with batons. Yeah, they call them an inmate. Essentially, she just yells at you all game until she realizes that you're kind of cool. Which one of those sound most appealing to you?
Chaotic always resonates with me.
All right, next question.
Hi guys, it's so great to meet y'all. First off, thank you for being here. It's really scary actually being up here and actually talking to you guys. First, the person to thank you for the Persona 3 replay, the Let's Play that you did.
With Alex?
Yeah.
Oh.
I got it on pre-sale, and I watched that, got really, really hyped for the new game coming out.
Yeah.
2 points. One, I wanted to ask everybody what their favorite song on the soundtrack was. I mean, I personally listen to it a lot. Want to know if y'all do too. And I wanted to know if Kirk would welcome us to the Velvet Room.
Favorite song?
Before the answer came out, it was weirdly it was Deep Breath, Deep Breath. It's very eerie, and I kind of love that. I mean, the entire soundtrack is a banger. But in the answer, Don't was so good. Oh my god.
I really like Color Your Night. That makes me happy. I know, it's so good. And of course, it's going down. It's like classic. We got snubbed at the Game Awards, but it's okay. It's okay. His is Aria of the Soul.
Thank you.
I don't know any of the names of the songs, but I like the one that goes. Yeah, that one. Michael Change is great.
That's great.
Yes. Yeah. I also like the part that's like.
Yeah. Oh, that's like when you're hanging out with people. Yeah. I like Beneath the Mask, like in the cafe. It's just kind of chill. Like life will change, like that feeling when you're like, all right, I'm almost done with this palace. I'm gonna go straight to like the last boss. And it's just like I'm sprinting through the boss. Like, yeah. So hyped. All right, give your grand welcome.
Yeah, Kirk, did you get
Do you want my grand welcome? Let's see if I can find his voice. Welcome to the Velvet Room.
Hi, I'm really nervous to be here. It's my first con. I just want to say thank you guys for having a lot of fun. Really great to meet you all. I had like a question for Kirk, but it's online. I'll ask later your vote, hopefully.
Okay.
But I just want to ask like a more fun, lighthearted. If for all of your characters, if you were a different Persona game, like who do you think would be your best friend in that crew? You know, if like from 3 to 5, 5 to 3, that kind of stuff.
Xanthe, you and me. Haru and Mitsuru, tea time? Complaining about fiancés. Fashion.
Yeah, no, I know. I really think Haru and Mitsuru would be like, you know, oh, you get me, you get me, okay. Instant Bessie's like, oh, you also have daddy issues, okay.
It's who our characters would be best friends with in another game.
Yeah.
I think like all the 3 boys, you know, it's Junpei, Yosuke, and Ryuji. Up to no good. Just absolutely up to no good.
Add Ryoji to that too.
And Ryoji. I feel like Junpei is too loyal to Igus, who hates Ryoji, to ever be friends with you, Ryoji. But I would add them to the
I think also the hot springs fiasco would probably put Ryoji on the shit list.
Yeah, I would pick Morgana.
I would pick the dog that I don't know the name of. Yeah. I would just be like, you are my best friend forever, and I love it. And Mona would be like, what? The betrayal.
I mean, I gotta go with Allegra. I mean, what other combination could there be? Yeah.
All right.
Hi, it's nice to meet you guys. I wanted to show Kirk some love, but he's been getting a lot, so...
No more love for him.
I wanted to ask you specifically, in Persona 4, Mr. Morioka, your homeroom teacher, I wanted to say if you remember any opinions on him, because I'm a little bit of a villain sympathizer. You can tell by the way I'm dressed. But it's always seems like everyone disliked this character, but you know, I like reading between the lines, and like, you know, you see he's a underpaid, you know, teacher working in Inaba, which not everyone likes, you know, the rural town of Inaba, and he's like dead-end life, no job, or like no options really for him, so he drinks problems away. And it's like, that's really like, you know, that's kind of relatable in a way. Like he hurls tons of insults and he's super mean to you, but I don't really like, I kind of feel bad for him mostly.
Well, no, that's great. It's wonderful to play villains because they're so multifaceted, and it's very difficult to play a character who you don't enjoy playing, and you have to find something about them that you really like in order to make that performance come to life. If you can't find anything about a character that you like, it's really, really difficult to bring him to life. So you got to search for all those little quirky things, and that's what makes it fun to do.
All right, good question. Thank you so much.
That's very insightful. I mean, you really summed it up well.
Can you talk through that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I apologize for asking a non-persona question. This was a question for Allegra.
Yeah, I know what's going on.
What's going on?
We talked about it yesterday.
First,
Suspense.
I'm sorry, brain fart. I'm a weasel, I don't know things. As spoiler-free as possible,
Yes.
I'd definitely like to hear like some of your insight on playing Iori Fuyusaka in 13 Sentinels.
We need any 13 Sentinels people here? Oh, we got a bigger crowd of 13 Sentinels lovers than yesterday. I would love it.
Okay, if we can join too if you want to talk about Rumiko as well. Like,
Miwa-chan just wants crepes and good times.
Yeah.
And vanilla ice cream, and sometimes hot dogs.
And talk about boys.
And also, the second part is please show the game to everyone here and make them buy it.
Yeah, everyone buy 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim. It is a fantastic game. It was not my first time. Actually, no, I think it may have been my first time working with Atlas, who published it. It's a vanillaware game. The art is gorgeous. The story is incredible. It is a niche game, but everyone I know who's played it is completely in love with it. So highly recommend. Play it on the Switch in particular. It runs super well on the Switch. Oh boy. Spoiler-free is possible for Iori. That's a tough thing to answer because she's a walking spoiler. I think puppy. Puppy, 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 and puppy, 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 puppy. No, what was great about Iori is that Iori herself, now Fuyusaka, yeah, sure. What was great about her is that at least Iori got to be very normal every girl, which was a contrast to all the other characters, And she just got to be a little clueless, a little dreamy. I got to run with Toast in my mouth, and that was pretty iconic. But the way that she finds her strength and the way that she can be strong at the end was a really beautiful little arc, especially compared to some of the other arcs in the puppy. So yeah, plus I got to say,
I may be just a schoolgirl, but now I'm a schoolgirl with a giant robot!
All right, these will be the last two questions of the panel. So go ahead, sir.
So I'm a big fan of all the Persona games so far, except for one is by Zeno. I want to know, what is your favorite moment from like the spin-off specifically, or like the DLC from The Answer?
just like Royal count as a spin-off, or how are we counting like the
Like Tactica and Strikers.
Okay.
I like when they let Ryuji say the F word.
Because they should have the entire time.
I'll get back.
Okay, so mine is more like a recording moment, but the first spin-off we did was the dancing game. Which feels so long ago now, there's been like a gajillion since then. But I was so excited to play On again, because we recorded for months and I missed On already, and so I was so excited to go back in. First of all, I didn't realize there was going to be any stories. I thought it was just going to be like, let's dance, and then we just do dance moves. And then I came in and they were like, so the plot is, and I was like, oh, there's plot. So exciting. So the first few lines we recorded, and then the director, Val, she goes, okay, I know Erika is so excited right now. On is actually not excited about what's happening. So I need you to bring the excitement down a few notches. And I was like, okay, I'm so sorry, I'm just so excited to be back. So that was my favorite spin-off moment, I think.
That's amazing. I just remember for the dancing game, I recorded way more than I did for P5 Vanilla. More Haru. But for one of my favorite moments in Strikers is when Haru gets behind the wheel and then she got so excited. At the time we were recording to animatic, so it was kind of cool to see it fully animated when she was actually driving, and you hear all the others just kind of screaming for joy.
I guess also, I don't know that this counts as a spin-off, but when Joker was in Smash. And they are so secretive, right? They brought us in, and I was going to the studio that I really don't work with that often, and I was like, oh, okay, did I audition for something? I'm confused. And I walk in as Erika Lindbeck is walking out, and she goes, do you know what you're here for? And I go, no. And she goes, okay, have fun! And then she leaves. And I was like, that's ominous. So I went in, they made me sign all these NDAs, before they'd even talk to me. And I saw that On was pulled up on like the screen, like a YouTube clip of her so that they could know what the voice was. And I was like, oh, what's happening? Are we doing Persona? What's going on? So after I signed everything, they were like, all right, these two guys are from Nintendo. And I went, is Joker in Smash? And they went, yeah. And I went, what? They were like, let's put you in the booth because we need that reaction exactly right now. So that was so exciting.
I can't live up to any of those stories.
All right, we got the
next question.
Yeah, all right, this is the last question of the con. I'm sorry, the panel, excuse me. They have your booths are going to be open in a few minutes afterwards, right? Yeah, so head on down, go upstairs. Go get in line, get yourself an autograph, go meet the voice actors. All right, final question, no pressure.
I've never heard any question. I was on the Persona 5 with my nails today. My question is, how does it feel about being example to minorities, especially in anime, that the examples are really wonderful in the past, so how does it feel being these examples for
Passes to the minority.
Actually, I can answer this question really well. I know that when we, when the concept of a P3 remake came up, there was a part of me that was very concerned, obviously, about the transphobic joke. Yes. And the fact, the way that they altered it, in that, no, it's not trans panic, it's not any of that stuff. It's just, this woman's just a conspiracy theorist, and they're just gonna back away slowly. I thought that was a beautifully sensitive way of removing something that was so, like, such a harmful stereotype for trans people, and something that would have been really shitty for, like, any trans person to see, but especially trans women, where, their womanhood was basically being denied in that moment. So the fact that they tweaked that the way they did, I think, was a really wonderful moment. And it wasn't just a localization thing, they changed it in Japan too, and that made me really, really, really happy and really proud to work on the game.
As like someone who like grew up on these games and like and I grew up in like this community, it was really, I never really got to see myself in a lot of casts, which is okay because I love everyone and everyone's incredibly talented. But I think the number one thing that I love hearing when I like do events is like I have other actors of color who are like, oh, I didn't know that it was something I could do until I saw you do it, and that's how I felt about the few actors of color who were doing it at the time, Reggie Banks and Open Inslee, and like they were like OGs for me. And inspired me to be like, okay, if they can do it, somehow I can try to find my way, because I love this medium and I want to do what Yuri Lowenthal does, right? And so to have, I think like, as diverse as the P3 cast ended up being, are you? Yeah.
There's Latina.
Yeah. Don, yeah. Alex is Vietnamese.
Yeah, Alex is Vietnamese, Susie's Chinese.
Yeah. Justice is also black.
Yeah, Justice is black. I don't know where it is.
Yeah.
And then Monroe is, and Lebanese.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I'm just, the gay white girl in the past. So, even that aspect of it was like, I may be the white girl, but I'm queer. And it was, I don't think it was a deliberate choice to be like, let's get the diversity into our persona. I sincerely don't think that was the case. I think we all brought something really wonderful and unique to the characters, and it just happened to line up that way. And seeing that opportunity for literally everyone was like really heartwarming. And And then every once in a while I do the like, as the cast's white person, it's time for me to put my opinion in front of everyone else's.
Everybody listens to this movie. But I think it's, yes. I think it's a reflection of how much the industry has grown. And like, everyone auditioned very, it wasn't anything like special. We all just auditioned. It happened to be where everything fell. And I think that's just a reflection of like where we are as we continue to grow as an industry, and more people continue to join, very talented actors who end up getting these kinds of opportunities. So I'm really thankful. It's really cool.
Awesome. Anybody else want to chime in?
Just feel, incredibly blessed to be able to represent those people with large noses. I think
Same tall girl representation on the way. No, that was really, really nice to see.
Thank you. Give it up one more time for the voice cast of Persona, Allegra Clark, Zeno Robinson, Kirk Thornton, Erika Harlacher, and Xanthe Huynh.
Thank you, guys.
Your tables are open. Go upstairs. Get in line.
I have to eat lunch really quick, but then I'll be back at the table for the rest of the day, okay? I think all of us are going to
I already ate, so I'll be at my table.
There you go.
See you guys in a bit.
Bye-bye.
Make sure you go see Lotus Juice's concert at 8.